Hey guys, welcome to the Medical Mission, where you'll find everything and anything
medical related. So guys, for today's episode, what we're going to be discussing is everything menstrual cup related. So I'm going to ask Amy a couple questions. We're going to give you our feedback and review. We've been using it for a few months now, and we'll give you all the tips and tricks and whatnot. So firstly,
are you looking in the little hole? Because we gotta look at the same
I couldn't
place.
find it where it was. It's up there.
It's there.
Okay. So first, Amy.
Yeah.
Tell us everything. Why should we even use this?
Okay. So number one, you have to take control of your life, and the first step would be to take control of your health.
Yeah.
Your health, including your vaginal health. No one talks about your vajayjay.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important as a woman. So number one would be to take control of your vaginal health. It's budget friendly.
Mm-hmm.
You're not paying for tampons or pads every month.
Exactly.
And it's environmentally friendly also.
Yeah. One more thing to add, that was it. Okay, perfect. That was good, Amy. So a question we get a lot from friends and other people is they're always telling us, does this thing hurt?
Of course not. We wouldn't be using it if it hurt. Duh.
Mm-hmm.
You feel zero.
Zero pain.
Pads, tampons, you could feel some stuff if it's not up there properly. This, guys, you feel zero. It's like a nothing. Sometimes you forget you have it on.
Exactly. We're going to show you guys the different sizes that are available in menstrual cups.
Yeah.
So there's, depending on your age and if you've had a baby or not, this will kind of depend on which cup you're going to be using.
So Carm has a number one because she is younger than 30, no kids. And I have a number two because I'm over the age of 30 and I have 2 kids.
So you'll see the difference here.
Let's make them see. Let's see. Put it like that. You see how hers is tinier? Yeah. Oh, and there's a little tip thing down here.
So they're still very small in general. The idea behind this is it's small enough for your cervix, appropriate to your age and if you're childbearing or not. The other thing is, do we not always get from friends and everyone asking, well, basically, how are you going to clean this out in public?
So it's either the first reaction is like, ew, how do you use that? Why do you use that? And gross. I don't know, people think it's like the most gross thing, but it's actually like the healthiest and easiest, most convenient thing to use.
Yeah, 100%.
So the first step would be you take it out your package. So it comes in a little, package with instructions and some soap. And the first thing to do would be to boil it, and then you insert.
Exactly.
After every time you take it out, you'll be washing it with this little soapy thing. And when you're finished your cycle, you boil it again. And you put it in
your little sachet.
Little sachet it comes with. Well, this is the Diva Cup specifically, but there are different menstrual cup runs.
Exactly. And these are totally safe for your vaginal health, as we mentioned. And because Amy got hers with the soap, I did not. If you do not get the soap, don't worry. Just make sure you get one that's not scented, not full of chemicals, that could change your pH, because that's the most important thing.
I didn't know you didn't get a soap.
No, I didn't get one. No, I didn't get one with
Is
mine.
it a box like this?
Yeah, it just didn't come with one.
Oh.
If you get it on Amazon, you'll get it with the soap. If you
I see.
got it on like at the pharmacy where you can purchase them, you'll probably not get one. So yeah, you can use even a regular soap. Just make sure it's safe for your vaginal pH, because that's the most important thing. Next, people are telling us all the time, oh my god, but that thing is overflowing with blood, it's crazy, like how are you gonna freaking empty it, like this is gross. Like that's another thing people are telling us.
Easiest thing to do. So when you're ready, so the menstrual cup, well, the Diva Cup specifically lasts up to 12 hours. So when you're ready to empty it, you empty it in the toilet, you clean it, but you're not gonna get, it's not gonna overflow.
No.
You don't bleed as much as you think you're gonna bleed. It looks very dramatic when it's absorbed by a tampon and a pad.
Yes.
When you empty your Diva cup, well, your menstrual cup, you're gonna see how little you actually bleed.
It's crazy. We as females think that it's like a freaking faucet. It's literally the tiniest thing.
Not.
I think that's what surprised me the most when I used it, because I realized I was like, oh my god, I'm like, I'm only like bleeding maybe like what 5 mLs at most, every couple hours. And granted, everyone's flow is different. Me and Amy are two different women, but like it's crazy.
So what's the max that your cup would get up to?
So I would say for me it would be like 1/4 ounce at most, which would be 7.5
Me too.
mLs.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
So guys, like literally, look at this cup, and this is the max here that we would go up to like on our heavy days.
Exactly.
So I was gonna say the same thing as her. It never gets up here, but I mean, even if it does, you know, you have
it's
room.
more than enough. And the other thing too is, once it's starting to fill up or whatever, once it's time to take it out. Wait, I don't know what I was gonna say. I wanted to mention that most of the time what happens is your blood actually coagulates in the cup, so you'll see like a lot of coagulated blood, and you're like, oh,
it already forms like little blood clots. And,
so it's actually not as full as you really think it is. So it's super neat. And you can keep it for up to 12 hours. So plan yourself out. Like if you know you're going to your friend's house, change it before you leave their house. And you know that if you really want to be safe, you could change it in 8 hours, but 8 to 12 hours later, you're going to change it. And you know,
because that's another question that people ask. And of course, us too, we're like, how do we go out? How do we change this when we're out? So either you could plan it out. If I'm going to Carms, I'll change it right away. Then I have 12 hours to chill with Carms, at Carms. But you could change it while you're out. Don't freak out. The worst case scenario is literally, let's say you're in a stall at the mall, is you take it out, you change it, you wipe it a little. If you know, you're not going to go out the stall to get some water, you have no water, you wipe it with some toilet paper and you put it back in.
Exactly.
That's the worst case. If you're at home, you could do the whole routine of cleaning it, you know, properly with the soap. But you could still do it while you're out. Even at someone's house, you just dump it in the toilet, wipe it out of it, and put it back in.
Exactly. And it's so much better because unlike a tampon where you know that if you don't change it, there could be like, or you know, you feel more pressed to change it because you're worried about like toxic shock syndrome, all those chemicals really messing up your system. It's totally different with the Diva Cup. If you leave it for 12 hours, you really don't feel in danger. That's what it's recommended to do. It's meant for you to leave it in longer so it's less of a hassle, and it's totally safe. This whole mechanism is safe for you. So I just
want to mention that I leave on my heavy days, which is like my day 2. Well, let's say just my day 2. I do it every 6 hours. So I'll take it out every 6 hours because I find more than 6 hours is kind of too much for me on my heavy days, but every other day I leave it almost up to 12 hours.
Exactly. And we'll tell you, like, when we're at our shifts, like, it's very hard for us to find a minute to go to the bathroom and do all this. It's time consuming maybe for some people. For me, it's like actually like a good time to like, okay, I'm taking the time for myself. But it is so good for working women because you, even women with children, like you don't have time to always pee. Like it is perfect. Like you go in, you go to the bathroom, clean it quickly, put it back, and you move on. And it's really, 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 you don't even have to think about it.
It's so convenient.
Yeah, and it's amazing. I have a thing to mention that people often get super weirded out because the first time you put it, we're worried if it's gonna get stuck. Once it's in, we're like, okay, it's gonna get stuck. And once it's coming out, you feel like it's never gonna come out, honestly, like in a way. So we have some tricks for you. Me and Amy both found ways. There's several techniques on the actual company's description depending on the brand that you got. So if you're using, for example, we'll demonstrate on mine. So if, for example, we've been kind of doing this C technique, you're kind of like folding it this way and then folding it over, so it kind of looks like a C. And the camera's kind of backwards, kind of looks like a C. And then you're gonna, Amy gave me this tip. She's like, kind of point it towards your bum. Like when you're going in, point it, because when we try to put it in, we're always thinking of it has to go this way.
Yeah,
I'm trying to put it,
You'll
but actually
leak
we're
if you put it
slanted.
that way.
Yeah, we're slanted. Our whole
you're gonna have to really get to know yourself, your vagina, and your body, and by the end of this learning curve, you're gonna know your whole vagina inside.
Yeah, 100%.
You're gonna feel really proud of yourself.
Yeah.
So you're going, like she said, towards your butt, not
kind of like a curved up shape like this.
Yeah.
Or like hooking it in, and you're really grabbing it with your index finger like this, and your thumb behind, and these are the two fingers that you're really gonna be able to secure it, because once you feel like you're at your cervix, that's when you're gonna release
pop
it.
Open, and it's literally gonna be like this. And
exactly.
That's how
and then you just slide your fingers out, and it's good.
So I'll show you guys the other technique. It's called the U-fold.
The U-fold, yeah.
Okay. So you literally fold it like a gift, like that, on top of each other. You see that, and you shove it up there.
Exactly.
So the one that worked best for me and for Carm is the C-fold.
The C-fold, yeah, definitely. It was my
So we like this one.
go-to. And a tip for when it comes out. Oh Lord, the first time you're gonna be like, this is
you're gonna panic. You're gonna start to panic. You're gonna feel like it's not gonna come down.
Yeah.
And then it'll just get, you're gonna feel like it's getting higher and higher. It's not.
It's not.
So a good tip is to either sit down on the toilet or squat down, even on your bathroom. Squat down and poop.
Yeah.
Well, pretend you're pooping. And it will just slip out. You kind of grab the tip here.
Exactly.
You
kind
of make it loose suction, and you just
exactly. And don't worry, it's not gonna all explode the blood. You're doing this already very slowly when you're gradually putting pressure out when you're trying to poop. And once this part is kind of exposed externally from the vagina area, that's, like Amy said, you're gonna pinch this and slowly remove. Dump it in your toilet.
And you're going to be on the toilet, so nothing, even if there is an explosion, there's not going to be, because you're not going to have a lot of, that much blood.
Exactly.
You're going to be on the toilet for all the mess, so. Yeah.
Things to consider with the Diva Cup in terms of, just things that you should know. It does change color, any menstrual cup, not just with Diva Cup. It does change color over time. Like, ours used to be super transparent, clear, but over time it kind of makes, it's kind of hard to tell on camera, but it makes a sort of...
It's like a sort of discoloration. Yeah. It's kind of like a yellowy... You could tell it's not white clear.
Clear, like
you'll see the difference. It's still clean because you're sterilizing it, you're cleaning it, but you're going to see the discoloration over time.
Exactly. And what else did I want to say? No, I don't remember. Over time, that's pretty much.
So keep in mind, I hope this is revolutionary for us.
Oh,
this
100%.
Product is amazing. I'm so mad at myself for not, knowing about this, or no one teaching me about this when I first started my period, or in my 20s.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I lost so much time. I love this product. It changed my whole
completely
period cycles. It's like nothing now. I don't even mind having my
a period. Yes.
But it's a huge learning curve.
Yeah.
So for me, it took a couple months to to really get the groove of it, to find what worked for me in terms of inserting, taking it out, trying to find where my cervix was. So each month I got better and better, but in the beginning, I would leak a few times, and I had to put a panty liner, and I could say I'm an expert now, but for Carm, she was like an expert from the get-go. She's like, Amy, I'm not leaking, and I'm like, what the heck am I doing wrong? So it's a huge learning curve. Do not give up. If we could do it, you guys could do it too.
Yes. And I wanted to say, for those people who are living in Montreal, there is a website that we will link at the bottom of this video, and it's a website that Quebec basically promotes people to use menstrual cups, and they will pay for your menstrual cups because they want people to be more environmentally friendly. There's something else I want to mention. Oh, what I learned the most about the Diva Cup. Okay, so
and check that out in your area, guys, because you might have something like that out where you guys live. You know, of course, the city and your state or your province, your country is going to promote, you know, environmentally friendly products. So you might have something out where you live.
Exactly. So what I wanted to mention as well was that during the time that I am using the Diva Cup, I do feel like, and I've talked to some people who have been using it, is that my period cramps feel significantly reduced, almost non-existent when I have it, versus as soon as I take it out and leave it out for a few hours. I've tried this as an experiment because I literally thought it was a placebo. So I put it in, and the Diva Cup, literally no pain, like I have no period. Take it out, and then I decided, okay, I'm gonna put a tampon and go to bed and see if I have cramps. I literally could not sleep. I had to wake up, go to the bathroom, take out the tampon, and reinsert back the Diva Cup. Went to bed, no cramps, no pain, nothing. And it was kind of shocking to me because I'm like, is it the chemicals? Is it my uterus being hugged more? My cervix being hugged more? I don't know. I honestly don't understand it. I'm an obstetric nurse. I don't get it. But it's
really life-changing. Like you will feel like sometimes you forget you're on your period.
100%. You really don't feel like you're on your period. And it's something new to try, and I, like you said, having your period to begin with is kind of like a bummer. And you know, like you already feel like great, I mean, you feel crappy or whatnot, whatever happens to you during your period. But this kind of adds like a different spunk to it because it is kind of also fun to use at the same time. It's not like
I was excited to get my period. I'm like, I want to use it again. You know, you're only using it for a week, not even out of the month. So it's kind of like not a lot of time to learn. To learn it every month, so you're kind of like, oh my god, I want my period because it's kind of like I don't feel anything, and it was like kind of fun figuring it out.
It's so true. I just want to see if there's anything else. Does it get stuck? How will I hold my blood? How long is it going out? Plan. Oh, okay, we pretty much answered everything. Okay, so let's close this shit up. Okay, guys, so now we want to hear from the people who have used it, the people who haven't used it. What can you say to us?
I know there's a whole hype on social media about like about the menstrual cups, and how do you guys feel about it? They've been out for years and years and years, and there's only, you know, a big hype now. So how do you guys feel about it? And you know, when you first heard of it, was it like, what is that? And who've tried it? What are your tips? Leave comments below. We want to, you know, we want this to be a community where people could also go in the comment section and kind of pick up little tips and tricks and advice. So
and final thing, me and Amy have not been paid by Diva Cup or any advertisement to promote this.
We wish.
We wish. What we really wanted to do is just spread awareness about menstrual cups. It's something that we want people to talk more about because it's so revolutionary. Therefore, please.
There's so many menstrual cup brands. So don't just think it's
you have to get Diva Cup now.
Exactly.
Literally get anyone. They're
this
all
is
the
what
same.
worked for us, but I don't know, in the future we might change.
And last thing I forgot to mention, these things last for 10 years, so you're good for 5 to 10 years. 5 if you want to.
Well, this brand, we can't really speak on the other brands.
Should we take that out? Okay, guys, so please like, subscribe. We've been loving all the comments you guys have been giving us. Thank you.
Keep sharing us and spreading the word, and we love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us. We cherish each and every one of you guys, and I can't with you. I cannot.